The atmosphere inside NBC's Today with Jenna and Friends studio was supposed to be warm, casual, and celebratory. The producers had booked Kylie Kelce, wife of NFL star Jason Kelce and sister-in-law of the ever-popular Travis Kelce, to discuss her growing role as a public figure, philanthropist, and advocate for families balancing life under the media spotlight. Kylie had grown into a household name not just because of her marriage but due to her charm, straightforward personality, and involvement in community projects. From motherhood discussions to her candid takes on football culture, viewers had come to adore her. This was intended to be a light-hearted segment, until it wasn't. Jenna Bush Hager, bubbly and friendly as ever, opened the interview with questions about Kylie's family, her children, and life as the wife of an NFL star. For the first few minutes, the conversation flowed smoothly. Kylie joked about chaotic car rides with her daughters, her husband's retirement talk, and even teased Travis's relationship with Taylor Swift. The audience laughed, the host smiled, and everything seemed on track. But as often happens on live television, a single question changed the mood. Now Kylie, one of Jenna's co-hosts, leaned in, smiling almost too curiously. "Do you ever feel like you're living in the shadows of Jason and Travis? I mean, they're the Kelce brothers, the big NFL stars, the headlines. Where does that leave you?" The question, though perhaps meant as cheeky banter, landed like a spark in dry grass. Kylie's expression shifted. Her smile faded. "I'm not living in anyone's shadow," she said firmly, her voice calm but edged with steel. "I have my own identity, my own career, my own passions. Being Jason's wife or Travis's sister-in-law is part of my life, but it doesn't define who I am." The studio grew quiet. Jenna tried to smooth things over, but her co-host doubled down. "Of course, but let's be honest. Most people only know you because of them. Don't you think you've built your platform on their fame?" The words cut deep, and Kylie's composure began to fray. "That's a really unfair thing to say," she shot back. "I've worked hard to be authentic and to use whatever platform I've been given to help people. I didn't ask for fame, but I'm using it responsibly. To reduce me to just someone's wife, or someone's in-law, well, that says more about how women are treated in media than it does about me." The crowd gasped. Some clapped. Jenna looked caught between support and damage control. Trying to pivot, Jenna asked about Kylie's upcoming charity initiative for children's health. But the co-host again interrupted. "Still, don't you think the only reason people care about your charity is because of your last name?" That was the breaking point. Kylie leaned forward, her eyes narrowing. "I'm not going to sit here and let you undermine the work I've done or the causes I believe in. If this is the kind of conversation you want to have, then maybe I shouldn't be here at all." The audience went silent. Jenna stammered, "Kylie, wait, we didn't mean." But it was too late. Kylie removed her microphone, stood up, and with a sharp but graceful nod to Jenna, she walked off the set. The cameras cut awkwardly to commercial as whispers spread through the live studio audience. By the time the broadcast resumed, Kylie was gone, and Jenna was left to patch the show together with an uncomfortable smile. But the internet had already exploded. Within minutes, clips of Kylie's walk-off were circulating on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Some viewers praised her for standing up against disrespect, while others debated whether she had overreacted. What was supposed to be a soft morning show chat had suddenly turned into one of the most talked about television moments of the week. Backstage, Kylie paced the narrow hallway, her phone buzzing nonstop. Jason had already texted her. "Saw the clip. Proud of you. Don't let them get under your skin." Her closest friends messaged too, telling her she did the right thing. Still, Kylie couldn't shake the frustration bubbling in her chest. She hadn't walked off for herself, she had walked off because she was tired of women being minimized, especially when they were attached to famous men. Meanwhile, inside the studio, Jenna was doing her best to contain the fallout. She looked into the camera with her signature warm smile and said, "We love Kylie, and we hope she'll come back and continue the conversation another time." But the damage was done. Viewers knew something real had just happened. By afternoon, sports blogs, celebrity outlets, and mainstream news sites were all covering the clash. Headlines ranged from, "Kylie Kelce stands her ground on live TV," to, "Awkward morning show ends in walk-off drama." Some media outlets criticized the co-host for the question, calling it outdated and disrespectful. Others argued Kylie could have responded with more composure. That evening, Kylie finally broke her silence. She posted on Instagram, "This morning's interview went in a direction I did not expect. I will always stand up for women being recognized for their own work and their own identities. I am proud of my family, but I am also proud of who I am and the causes I support. Thank you to everyone who has reached out with love and encouragement." The post received hundreds of thousands of likes and supportive comments, including messages from other NFL wives, athletes, and even Taylor Swift fans who rallied behind her. Jason added his own post later, sharing a photo of Kylie with their daughters and writing, "Strongest woman I know. Always has been, always will be." Fans swooned, and the narrative quickly shifted. What started as an uncomfortable TV clash had transformed into a cultural conversation about identity, respect, and the way media frames women connected to famous men. The following week, Jenna invited Kylie back for a one-on-one sit-down, hoping to mend fences. To many viewers' surprise, Kylie accepted. When she reappeared on Today with Jenna and Friends, there was no co-host this time, just Jenna and Kylie across from each other. The atmosphere was calmer, almost apologetic. Jenna opened with sincerity, "Kylie, first I want to say I'm sorry for how that interview went. It wasn't fair to you, and I hope today we can focus on the incredible work you're doing." Kylie nodded, gracious but firm. "Thank you, Jenna. I think it's important that we talk about these things, because so often women's voices are drowned out when they're standing next to someone in the spotlight. But we all have our own light to shine." This time, the interview flowed smoothly. Kylie spoke about her charity work, her dedication to empowering young mothers, and her plans to launch a foundation focused on children's literacy. By the end of the segment, the audience applauded, standing in ovation. The redemption moment was complete. Yet, the memory of that walk-off remained powerful. For Kylie, it wasn't just a dramatic TV moment, it was a statement. She had shown millions of viewers that she would not tolerate being minimized, and in doing so, she had elevated her voice even further. Later that month, Kylie was invited to speak at a women's leadership conference. On stage, she referenced the incident with a smile. "Sometimes walking away is the strongest thing you can do. And sometimes, it's what brings you back stronger than ever." The audience erupted in cheers, proving that what began as a heated clash had evolved into something much bigger. A defining moment in Kylie Kelce's public journey. And for once, she wasn't standing in anyone's shadow. She was standing tall, in her own light.